Hey everybody, it's Joe Vizio here. I'm done for the day. Getting ready to go home. And got me a little bit of a drive. And I need somebody to talk to. So, looks like you guys draw the lucky straw. So I was just listening to some videos, you know, even if I'm not making, excuse me, a little bit of junk. Even if I'm not making a lot of videos, I'm always out watching people's videos. And this one came from Michelle, Breaking the Chain. And, you know, if any of my subscribers haven't checked her out, Michelle, Breaking the Chain, it's good. It's a good, honest, whole story about somebody's life and went through the same crap that we did. So, it's definitely on my recommend list. And she just made a video about her mother's awful cooking. And man, I have to tell you, I was just laughing at this. Just, you know, the way she's telling the story, I can, you know, really see her rolling up this goulash or whatever the hell it was and stuffing it behind the radiator. You know, there was... I can relate to that. My mother was a horrible cook. And then, you know, there were some things that she could cook good. So I like to be truthful. But most of the stuff that she cooked was just, garbage. And then when we got our first microwave, it's a wonder that I'm not glowing in the dark. Because everything that we ate was just for the convenience that my mom could just boop, 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 and a couple minutes later, you had a perfectly irradiated dinner to eat. I hate the microwave. The only thing that's good, that I think is good for a microwave, is to like nuke a wiener. You know, you want to nuke a hot dog, pop it in the microwave. Other than that, just put that thing in the trash. I got no use for it. But anyway, yeah, I could see Michelle rolling this stuff up in the towel and stuffing it behind the radiator. And, you know, thanks for doing that. That brought back some good memories. Good memories. So, obviously I got something I want to talk about. I'm here. And, yeah, this is kind of just a message in general to everybody. I enjoy to be able to hear everybody's stories. I enjoy going to the sites where, you know, you get more advice, or, you know, I can't tell you how much I love to listen to Ollie. And like I said, you know, I think I can really relate to him because I'm from that same area that he's from. Only my area is a little better. But that whole northern attitude thing, to me, that's normal. That's how people talk to each other up there. So it's kind of a thing that hits home for me. But, you know, to everybody else that goes out and we watch these videos, you know, I just want to say, you know, don't always listen, enjoy, take the advice, but, you know, don't worship anybody. And, you know, and I'm sorry I say it like that. I don't want to come off like an asshole. I just want to, you know, a lot of us come out of these narcissistic relationships, be that as a child of narcissistic parents, or even in a, you know, narcissistic domestic relationship. You know, we already have this tendency to be codependent. Okay? If there's anything that you learn from anybody or learn from your experiences, and that we should learn this as a whole, as a country, as a nation, as a planet, you don't need a leader. We don't need leaders. Lead yourself. Learn everything you can from anybody that is going to teach you something of value. But you do not need a leader. You don't need to be dependent on anybody. Nobody needs to stand as your guru. Be your own guru. And I just, I'm like I said, I'm active in Facebook, and and I see some people on some of the narcissistic channels, the narcissistic pages and things like that, and sometimes there's a worship going on with some of the people in the community. And and again, I have to say that a lot of these people, I love the work that they do. I love the time that they put into it. I think that they're deserving of, whether they take donations or they're trying to make some money off of the commercials that come on to their YouTube chat. They deserve it. They're putting that time out there. They deserve to be paid for it. They deserve whatever kind of recognition that they get. If big Hollywood producer comes up to Ollie Matthews and says, you know what, I'm going to make a movie about your life, I think he deserves it. But us as people that are trying to learn and progress our lives, we don't need no leaders. We don't need no gurus. You need to leave yourself. You need to make sure that you get yourself away from that whole codependency dynamic. And I know some of us have been through some pretty hard shit. I've been there. And I know we're not supposed to compare stories and things like that. And I can honestly say that as bad as my story is, it's not nearly as bad as some of the stories that I hear. And I always hate that term to, oh, don't feel bad. Think about all the other people in the world that have it bad. No, I hate that. And you should never let that devalue the experiences that you've had. And I've said this before, but you need to be able to rise above what you have been through. There has to come a time where you can say, okay, you know what? I'm getting at what happened to me. I'm learning how to deal with it. I'm learning how to put it in perspective. Now I have to be able to take the next step. Myself, I have to take that next step. I have to. I can't expect anybody, any one of these, I don't want to name anybody by names, but Narcomundo or whoever you're listening to, they can't make that step for you. You have to make that step. And you're not going to do it in with any kind of a codependency or worship or anything like that. And I know I'm probably not using the right words for this, but I think some of you understand what I'm saying. You don't need a leader. You may need a teacher. You may need somebody to talk to. You may need somebody that can relate to you, but you do not need a leader. It is time for you to step up to the plate and be your own leader. And this takes time. This does take education. This does take being able to relate and understand and put into perspective what has happened. But for myself, just to, I guess, to speak for myself, I don't always want to sit here and feel like this. And I feel a lot better. I feel a hell of a lot better. Now, I do have the problem where my mother still lives with me. So I still have that narcopolis kind of hit me. But I think even in the way that I can deal with my mother, I can see that I am honestly rising above what has happened to me. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm not going to have bad days, that I'm not going to have a time where something happens and I just feel better and I might need to make some videos and watch some more videos to kind of get myself back on track. That is great. But nobody is my leader. I don't have a guru. I don't have a head of the council or anything like that. I am my own leader. I am my own leader, and I value the relationship that I have with each and every one of you. People that come to my channel, people that interact with me, people whose channel that I watch and I interact with, and people whose channel that I watch that doesn't give 2 squirts of piss who I am, that will never respond to things that I say or anything like that. And there's a lot of people out there, and I understand people are busy. I think I have a few comments on my end that I need to respond to, and I try and respond to everybody because I am nobody special. I'm in the same boat as you guys are. I'm just trying to get my bucket and bail my boat out so I can swim over to the island. That's where I want to be, is on that island. We're never, ever going to truly get over, forgive, forget, have banished what has happened to us. But we can learn how to deal with it. This is 100% possible. I have that faith in you. I have that faith in myself. I was told my whole life that I'm nothing but a fuck up, I'm worthless, and if I felt bad about it, then I'm just feeling sorry for myself, and what have you done? Blah, blah, blah. I had all of that just drilled into my head. I had it. But I don't want to stay in that spot. And I really don't think I am. And I want to see the same thing from all of you. So just remember that. Nobody's your leader. There are no leaders. There is no head of the council, no head of the federation. There is no federation. We're a community of people that have had a lot of shit happen to us. We're learning from each other, and we're trying to move on. And I love, and I can't say this enough, everybody's videos that I'm watching and the stories that you are telling, I love to hear it. I love to look into your eyes. I love to see that pain that you went through. I mean, not that I love to see you in pain, but to see that feeling that you have is genuine. Can look right into your soul. And I hope that you could do the same thing to me. I mean, aside of the friggin' glasses that I wear all the time. But come on, it's Florida, man. I don't want to get blinded out here. You can see my eyes now. I don't want to stay in this spot. And I can see where I'm rising out of this spot. And you can tell when I'm feeling better, because I'm not going to be cranking out a video every day. I'll start to slow down and maybe crank out one video a week, or, you know, I just have a story that I want to tell. And you know, sometimes I think I tell some of these embarrassing or gut-wrenching or my own heart-breaking story, and I tell it to you because I think you might get something from it, or you might see me laughing and making a joke at myself, and you might be able to say, you know what, it's okay. We've all been there. We know what it's like. And we're going to get through this together. So, take my words for what they're worth. They're just words. They're just words. Probably floating around the moon right now, those words. But that's all they are. Is the words. And if they mean something to you, take it, use it, and rise above what has happened to you. Live your life. And I've said this before. Whether you believe in God, or you're just a spiritual person, or you just believe that we're here from some cosmic happenstance and we have life, you have your life. And this is it. And somebody done fucked up half of it for you, or maybe even more than half of it. So now is the time that you take your education, you take what everybody is trying to teach, and you harness that power and you make it your own. And you can do it. And you just start to, you're not going to live a normal life. None of us are going to live a normal life. We're always going to have those triggers. We're always going to have that stuff. Man, life is beautiful. It really is. I mean, above all the shit that's happening in the world, and, if you're not paying attention to what is happening in the world, and I'm not talking about what Fox News and CNN is happening, and telling you that it's happening, the world is on the brink of World War III. We're on that brink. And I know they can tell you, oh, yeah, but this and that. No. There's a lot of shit happening. And although it may not be right on our doorstep right now, it is coming. But still, the world is a beautiful place, man. Life is beautiful. And we have to take it, we have to run with it, we have to do whatever. Even in the fact that people have fucked your life up for you. Take what you have left and live it for you. Not for a leader, not for a president, not for any political party, not for any one person you idolize on TV. They don't care about you. You care about you. And I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that have kids or some family member or some friend or something. Somebody cares about you. And if you can't say that you have anybody, I care about you. Because if I didn't do this, I damn sure wouldn't be putting my sappy ass story on a public forum for God and the whole world to judge me based on what happened to me in my childhood and even up until my adulthood. So I care that much about everybody to share my story so that you might get something from it. So we all care. Live your life, man. Rise above this. I hope I don't sound too harsh, but, sometimes we need some tough love. I firmly believe in that. You need some tough love. I've been there with you. I've walked that walk. Some worse than others, and some not even close to what you've been through. But we've all been there. We know what we're talking about. So, the next time you start watching videos, don't look at that video like it's going to be a crutch for you. Look at that video and say, what am I going to learn from this video? What am I going to learn and apply into my life so that I can improve the quality of my life? That's what I want you to do. It's there. it's there. So, guys, thanks a lot for your time. You know, I hope I don't lose anybody over that. I know it might sound a little bit harsh, but, you know, hey, I'm from up where Allie is. What else do you expect from me, you know? Hey, yo, thank you.